not interested. दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण करता ले लेडी टू लेडी तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे तुम बिना नहीं रहने दो। आप लोग आधा घंटा लेंगे, क्लास टाइम हो जाएगा। पतिता पवना हेतु तव अवतारा नहीं मल्ले मल्ले मध्य का डिस्टर्ब होता तारा मौसमा पतिता प्रभु न पाइबे आरा प्रभु न पाइबे आरा आह प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमी नंद सुखी आह प्रभु नंद सुखी कृपावलोकना करो अमी बड़ दुखी अमी बड़ दुखी दया करो सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई दया करो गोसाई तव कृपा बाले पाए चैतन्यानिताई बाले पाए चैतन्यानिताई हः स्वरूप सनातना रूप रघुनाथा हः स्वरूप रूपा रघुनाथा भट जुगा श्रीनिवा प्रभु लोकनाथा श्रीदेवा प्रभु नाथा दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवासा दया करो प्रभु श्रीनिवासा रामचंद्र संग मांगे नरोत्तम दासा रामचंद्र संग नरोत्तम दासा श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण प्रभु दया करो तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे जगत संसारे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम Rama Ram Hare Hare. Nitai Gorango, Nitai Gorango, Nitai Gorango, Nitai Gorango, Gora Hari, Nitai Gorango. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Sri Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, no Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. हर नाम संकीर्तन की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्रील ठाकुर जय, जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य आदिलीला 17 chapter 17 247। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया। अरे बोल सीसी देना, भागवतम दे रहे, सीसी बोला ना भागवतम। चक्षुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगं लंघयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवां च। श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादां सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Today we will discuss about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking sannyasa. Yesterday we were discussing how he started Nam Sankirtana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Pauganda, when he was about 11 years, he started his own school. Entire Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are divided into three parts. Vrindavan Das Thakur also wrote pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu more elaborately than Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Lochan Das Thakur also wrote Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pastime known as Chaitanya Mangala. When Vrindavan Das Thakur started writing, he wanted to give the name Chaitanya Mangala, but he came to know that Lochan Das Thakur already given the name, so he changed the name to Chaitanya Bhagavat. He heard from Narayani, his mother, who was from the age of 60 years old. She was very closely associating with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. She is the niece of Srivasa Acharya. So, from childhood she has seen the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When she was just 6 years old, while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taking prasadam, she used to sit in the front, as children all do. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to give his maha to the child. So from childhood she got the mercy of the Lord, and she revealed all the pastimes to her son, Vrindavan Das Thakur. So based on that, he wrote very elaborately. That's why Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that whatever the pastimes have been elaborately mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavata, I am not going to discuss in detail, but in very brief. Why I am telling that the Sannyas Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not elaborately discussed in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is more elaborately discussed in Chaitanya Bhagavata. Okay. So Krishnadas Kaviraj also, when he started writing Chaitanya Charitamrita, he wanted to give Chaitanya Bhagavata. Then he came to know that Vrindavan Das Thakur already given the name. So he given the name Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on this earth planet for 48 years. 24 years Grihastha Ashram. End of the 24 years, he took sannyas. Then remaining 24 years as a sannyasi, he stayed in Jagannath Puri at the instructions of his mother Chachi Devi. Out of 24 years, 6 years he went on South Indian tour on the pretext of finding his brother, elder brother Vishwarupa. Actually, he went to preach in South India, Harinam Sankirtan. Then, couple of years he went to Vrindavan. Remaining almost, he stayed in Jagannath Puri. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's touring South India, that comes in the Madhya Leela, elaborately. Okay. And remaining 18 years pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they come in the called Ancha Leela. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are divided in 3 parts: Adi Leela, Madhya Leela, and Ancha Leela. And all the 3 acharyas give the same name. Whether it is Chaitanya Mangala, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita, divided into 3 parts. Okay. Most of the teachings come in the Madhya Leela, because Rupa Goswami Pad, Sanatana Goswami Pad also met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during those 6 years, and that's why it is more elaborately discussed in Madhya Leela. So, while he was running, he got his own Gurukul school, hundreds of Brahman boys. In the gone days, very Brahmins were only interested in learning the scriptures. Others are not interested. So that's why it's mentioned Brahman. Brahman means not by the birth. Unfortunately, we take it by birth, but it's not that. Intelligentsia community. So, he was teaching. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after having taken initiation from Ishwar Puri, when he met in Gaya, after that his entire preaching mood, his activities completely changed. Previously we were not at all stressing on the bhakti to Krishna, more spiritual arguments with the scholars, defeating them. Also, when after initiation, completely mood changed. I don't drink cold water. So, one day, always he used to say Krishna, Krishna, and students were also liking to hear Krishna. But one day he started saying, Ekadina gopi bhave grete vasiya gopi gopi namaloy vaishnavishanna hona. One day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started saying gopi gopi. The boys, Brahmana boys got angry, annoyed. Hey, what is this? Why are you saying gopi gopi? What is the meaning of gopi? We take it cowherd boy. Go means senses. So, though we take it as cowherd boys, but it is not that philosophical way. Goyate piyate is gopi. The one who drink the mellow of Krishna with all senses. Means what? Manasa vacha karmana. With all the 15 senses, the one who drinks always the mela of Krishna, rasa, is the gopi or gopa. So that's why Bhagavatam also says that gopis and gopis, everybody in Vraja, they are the pure devotees of the Lord. How is the pure devotee when they don't do bhakti? Because though whether they are doing bhakti or they are doing the household activities or farming, taking the cattle for grazing, no matter what they do, but they are thinking of Krishna. So all the time they are completely absorbed in the thought of Krishna. That's why they are called Gopi Gopas. So the boy started saying, why are you saying? Eka padiyayla prabhu ke dekhite gopi gopi naam suni lagile balite. Ek Brahman boy was not happy. Why are you chanting the names of Gopi Gopi instead of the holy name of Krishna, which is so glorious? What a pious result will you achieve by such chanting? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes very angry, take a stick and started going to chastise that boy. He ran away. When he saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before his name was Nityananda Prabhu, after sannyasa his name becomes Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya. So Nimai Pandit, how dare he is beating a Brahmana? Society Brahmans, they used to think that they are superior. Nobody can say anything to them. That boy ran away and to the other school where thousands of Brahman boys were studying in Gurukul. He went and said that this Krishna Nimai Pandit became very proud of his scholarship. Now he has gone to the extent that he take a stick to beat the Brahmans. How dare he want to beat the caste Brahmans? Kula Brahmana, he says. And the guys are all said, yes, we must teach him a lesson. And they started criticizing. To the extent that they used to go, all the people in the village and surrounding villages and criticize Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, blaspheme Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jai Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. Jagannath Subhadra Baldev ki jai. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard, he understood that. He felt that these boys, though scholarly, they got the full thorough knowledge of the supreme absolute truth, but they don't practice it. And rather they are criticizing me, offending me, by that they will fall down. To that extent that they cannot be elevated by anyone, delivered. How to do it? And that is the cause for his deciding to take sannyasa. Then he said that if I take sannyas, everybody will pay me obeisances. By that paying obeisance to a sannyasi, one will be delivered from his sinful reactions. Remember, when you pay obeisance to sannyasi, you are not paying to the sannyasi. Nobody keeps the sannyasi. Sannyasi will forward that to Prabhupada up to Krishna. So finally, by paying obeisance to a senior Vaishnava, it goes to Krishna. By that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking, contemplating in the mind that by that process at least these offenders can be delivered from their blasphemy offense. So he was thinking, he was very angry also, but at the same time he thought that these are the boys who are spoiled boys. Okay. Sabadeshe brashta kaila ekala nimani brahmana manite jahe dharma bhava nahi. Nimai Pandit alone has spoiled. The boy started blaspheming. Nimai Pandit spoiled the Brahman community, its name. He wants to strike a Brahman boy. Where did it go? Okay. Come. Prabhura nindaya samara buddhyoy nasa Supatiya vidya karona hoy prakasha. All the boys resolved to teach a lesson to Nimai Pandit. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu having, let's just take it out. Where is the book? You don't have the book? Okay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu having decided that is the only way to deliver them, to make them free from this blasphemy offense. Otherwise they will suffer eternally in the hellish planets. So he decided to take sannyas. He didn't inform anyone. Elaborately, as I said, it's not described at all in Chaitanya Charitamrita, only couple of verses. But in Chaitanya Bhagavat, the entire chapter goes how he. That day Mother Chachimata was cooking pumpkin. Pumpkin is a very favorite dish for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So just he said, casually said, Mata, this is last day I eat from your hand. She couldn't understand. In the midnight while Vishnupriya was sleeping, newly married, she was just sleeping, so she never knew what is going to happen in the morning. And in the middle of the night, Nimai Pandit left the home and crossing the river Ganga in the night. He was associated with only three people. Nityananda Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Acharya, Mukunda Datta. He did not take many of his associates to follow him for the taking sannyasa. Just took three people. And all of them crossing the river in the middle of the night, river Ganga. They went to present day it is called Katha. It is about from Navadvip. It is around 3 hours journey by train, not very far away. Very nice road is there. The temple where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, that temple and the tree under which he was taken the shaved the head also took. It is nicely described in Chaitanya Bhagavata when the barber wanted to cut off the hair. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit had very beautiful hair. So beautiful that the barber started crying, oh, what I am doing, why I am cutting such a beautiful hair. They say that all those hair taken off from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they put in a bag and they are underneath the tree. There is one tree, the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had the shave, they said that she buried there. We can't see it, but the pujari who was there said it's buried here in this place. So the barber was very, very sorry to do this activity. Cursed himself. How unfortunate that I had to do this act. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally, the preliminaries you have to do. Nowadays we just to go get prepared and go for sannyas and take it. It's not that easy. It's like for Ekadashi starts from the Dashmi night. Actually Ekadashi who want to strictly follow Ekadashi first. On the Dashmi night, one night before the Ekadashi, they have to fast it. They should not eat any grains. But La Prabhupada given us the essence only, because it may not be possible everyone to follow all these regulations of anything. In the same way, sannyas also, one day before he was supposed to take sannyas, he must shave his head. And there are other preliminaries one has to do. So by the night, Chaitanya, assisted by Chandrasekhar Acharya and Mukundatta and Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completed all the preliminaries required for sannyasa. Next day, he met Keshav Bharati. So before how Keshav Bharati agreed to give sannyasa is that, after having decided to take sannyas, and he came to the house, he was staying one day, Keshav Bharati happened to come to Nadia. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw Keshav Bharati in Nadia, he paid obeisances. and invited him for the prasadam. In the gone days, if any sannyasi goes to any village, the village brahmanas and anyone, they who are really religious people, they used to invite the Vaishnavas, please come and take prasadam at home. In childhood we used to see, even Hare Katha, anybody come to do the Katha in village, everybody goes, come and stay in our village, come and stay in village. It used to be competition. Everybody wants that this Vaishnava must come and stay. We must gain an opportunity to serve them. Not very long back, only 67, 70 years before, you can say. Nowadays, nobody wants it. Oh. So, those days, people used to approach, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approached him and asked him to come to his house and take prasadam. Keshav Bharati accepted. Keshav Bharati knows, by seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityana Nimai Pandit, realized he is not mortal being, he is Supreme Lord. After having taken prasadam, well satisfied, Nimai Pandit approached Keshav Bharati, paid obeisance and said, you are a sannyasi. I am completely fallen into the material world. I don't know how to get out this family life. Please deliver me. You are so kind. So when he prayed, Keshav Bharati said, you are Supreme Personality Godhead. Why you are asking me? So indirectly you are ordering me to give you sannyasa. I obey your order. And so saying, he went back to his village, Katha. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, having gone to Katha, he met him. And he said that, okay, I will give sannyas. It is your instruction I give. Keshav Bharati is not Vaishnava. He is a Shankar Sampradaya, Mayavadi. But Mayavadi cannot give the Vaishnava mantra. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to take the, Nimai Pandit wanted to take the Vaishnava mantra. How it is? So Vrindavan Das Thakur says that when Keshav Bharati was giving the sannyas mantra in the ears of the Nimai Pandit, and Nimai Pandit was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram Hare. So there in the purports it is written that, so indirectly it is Nimai Pandit who was initiating into Vaishnavism to Keshav Bharati. That's opposite. Material looks like Keshav Bharati giving the initiation, sannyasa to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit. But actually it is Nimai Pandit who was giving the Vaishnava mantra to Keshav Bharati. Being elevated. So even the Mayavadis also, though we call Mayavadis, they are Brahmavadis. They realize the absolute truth as the effulgence of the Lord. They also believe in the Lord. That's why Keshav Bharati realized, could recognize that Nimai Pandit is Supreme Lord. That is how he took sannyas. Now, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it ends there. In Chaitanya Bhagavatam, written little. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit was taking sannyasa, and after sannyas one should not stay in that place, he must move. Even Chaitanya, Srila Prabhupada also said, when Hare Krishna Maharaj took sannyas, and he was serving Prabhupada, Prabhupada was very happy. When he said that I want to take sannyas, okay, take sannyas. I will give you on this day. After giving sannyas, then now said, Hare Krishna, now you have to leave my place. You should not be with me. Now leave. Where should I go? We go to anywhere, but go to. Where? What can I do? So go to China. You go to China, Japan, Russia, anywhere go but preach. Eat meat but preach. So means the proposed preaching is more essence than any other thing. Whatever you may do, but one has to preach. For the sake of the preaching, you can sacrifice some of the obligations also. It doesn't mean that we sacrifice it, but it's for the highly elevated souls. So Prabhupada stressed that now that you have taken sannyas, you should not stay with me. So there, Hariswari Prabhu was one doing the Bhagavad Katha, said that nobody knew why. When Harikesh Prabhu said that, I want to take sannyas, Prabhupada was teaching what is communism. Although devotees started, why Prabhupada talking about the communism, teaching every day, 1 hour, 2 hour lectures, communism, what is the life here? Nobody could understand. But after taking sannyas, he said that if we don't want to go to China, go to Russia. Then devotee understood that Prabhupada knew that he will take sannyas and he has to be sent to Russia. And he was a very successful leader, very powerful leader. He went to Russia, those days going to Russia not easy, like you are facing the death sentence. He took all the troubles. What you see in Russia today, movement very like a forest fire movement, ISKCON is spreading like that. What you see the book distribution there, it's all the efforts of Hare Krishna Maharaja. Though he didn't have money, anything else, somehow he made it big. So, he was sent. In the same way, after taking sannyas, he is not supposed to stay there. So, Nityananda Prabhu understands it. So, coming out of the temple where he was taking sannyasa, in front of the temple, open yard, nowadays it is city. So, there were some cowherd boys who were grazing the land, the cows there, and he went to them, asked the boys, see, one sannyasi will come and he will ask you which is the way for the Vrindavan. Boy said, this right side. No, tell them left side. No, boy said, no, not left, it's right. I said, yes, I know, but tell them left. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was in ecstasy after taking sannyas immediately. He was not in conscious, he was ecstasy. And he came and asked the boys, when he saw the cows, he remembered Vrindavan. He wanted to go to Vrindavan after taking sannyas, stay there. When he saw the cows, he remembered Krishna and the pastime. And when he saw the cowherd boys, he remembered the Gopal in the pastimes of Krishna. And asked the boys, hey, which is the way to go to Vrindavan? So boys already know the plan of Nityananda Prabhu. Say, left, this direction. And Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started going there, singing and singing. And followed by Chandrasekhar Acharya, Mukunda Datta, Nityananda Prabhu. They walked day and night for 4 days. They didn't eat anything. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in such a ecstasy that forget eating or taking rest. End of the fourth day, they came across the river. When they saw the river, nice beautiful water flowing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, oh, we came to Vrindavan so early, so fast. So is it Yamuna? So saying, he jumped into the river. He was taking bath in the river. So while he was taking bath, he saw Advaita Acharya coming in a boat in the front. So he asked, Advaita, how do you know that I am in Vrindavan? Advaita Acharya said, you are not in Vrindavan, you are in Shantipur. You are still not near Shantipur. No, it is Yamuna. Yes, my Lord, it is wherever you take bath, that is Yamuna. The eastern side of the Ganga is the Ganga. Eastern side of this river is the Ganga. And western side is the Yamuna. So where you are taking bath is the western side. So it is Yamuna. Then said it means Nityananda cheated me. I wanted to go to Vrindavan, but Nityananda cheated me, brought me back to Nadia. So he was still surprised. Advaita Acharya said, my Lord, for 4 days you are walking, not eating anything. All the clothes become wet. I brought the fresh clothes and take this clothes. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came out of the river and changed the clothes. By then, the news, all people know in Nadia that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking sannyasa and coming to Shantipur, Advaita Acharya's house. Thousands of people gathered there, already there waiting for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And already Advaita Acharya brought Shachimata also. And she was in the house of Advaita Acharya. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went, he doesn't know that mother is there. He went inside the house of Advaita Acharya, there he saw Shachimata. And without thinking of a while, he paid obeisance to the lotus feet of Shachimata. Paying obeisances, touching the feet of mother, he says, Mother, I made a big blunder mistake. Without your permission, I took sannyasa. But I took sannyasa. Now still, I request you, whatever you give me order, I follow it. Means, if you want me to say that because I caused a lot of pain to you, my elder brother gone, my father is no more, you are alone, old age. And she was very old already. And I left you without informing you, I take sannyas. Please forgive me, and whatever you say, follow it. Mother Shachi Mata also very highly elevated soul. That's why she could become mother of the Lord. She said, no, once you take sannyas, it's not proper for you to stay in your village. It's prohibited. Sannyasi never should go to his village, because when you go to your village, you see your friends and place and parents, you get attached. Whereas sannyasi are supposed to be completely detached, you get attachment. That's why scripturally it is prohibited for the sannyasis to go to the place of his birth and to meet the relatives. The wife never should see even. If a married person takes sannyas, the wife never should even try to come in front of the husband in any circumstance. Then he has to do a lot of purificatory action, atonement, severe atonements he has to perform. That's why whenever Hare Krishna Goswami used to come, you know that his wife was in Juhu temple that time. So, but Hare Krishna Goswami used to come to Juhu to meet Prabhupada. So before coming to there from station, he phoned Prabhupada. Prabhupada, can I come to Juhu? Prabhupada understands why he is asking. Said you can come. And during that time, all the Vaishnavis try to say that, keep his wife away. They were very angry with Hare Krishna Goswami. If he wanted to take sannyas, why did he marry? And just after a few days after marriage, took sannyas. Young lady, young boy. So, at the request and instruction of Shachi Mata, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said that if you go to Vrindavan, I won't be able to know about your welfare. If you stay in Nadia, people will criticize you. It is against Dharma. So I want that if you go to Jagannath Puri, all the time Bengalis from Nadia will going and coming back. I will be able to know about your welfare, whereabouts, how you are doing. So accepting the instructions of Mother, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided to go to Jagannath Puri. Here it means that even one takes sannyas, he has to abide by the instructions of parents. When Shankaracharya took sannyas and came, he was in, well, at age, what age he went for sannyas? 8 years old. You all know it. Mother said, you are the only one son. When I die, who is going to put the fire to my body? Shankaracharya said that when you are at that stage, you remember me, I will come. Wherever I could be, I will come to give fire to their head. And finally, he was in Srinagar, Kashmir. And as Mother remembered, he was already yogi, and the mystic powers immediately came to Kerala. And no Brahman was ready to help him, because he said that you are sannyasi, you cannot put fire to your mother's body. We will not help you. Nobody came forward to help him to take the body to the cremation yard even. He himself took the mother's body, he collected all the firewood and finally lit the fire. When he was supposed to be declared as the highest Acharya, Sharada Piti head, everybody objected. But one Acharya said, no, sannyas is still bound by the karma for the parent, duty for the parents. Quoting from Skanda Purana, he says that even though one takes sannyas, he cannot be freed from the debt to the mother and father. So because he is the only one son, having followed the scriptural injunction, he given the fire to his body of his mother, so he is not at fault, he is still pure. He did not fall down from sannyasa. In the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understands scriptural injunction because Supreme Lord. So therefore, he accepted the instructions of Mother Shachi and went to Jagannath Puri. Okay. He stayed there for 4 days. Thousands of people came from Nadia to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Those you have seen, they started crying, how beautiful was our Nimai Pandit. Now took off his hair, sannyas, young man, 24 years, but is shining like a demigod. It looks like a Narayana himself has come like this sannyasi. He was so beautiful, so effulgence in the face. Taking mother's instruction, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri. When he was reached many days walking, traveling by foot, figure 11, not like nowadays we got the car and everything. In the gone days, Vaishnavas, especially sannyasis and brahmacharis, they used to walk. By walking we get lot of piousness and also blessings of the Lord. It's tapasya. Austerity is nothing but whatever the way you do, for the sake of the Lord you take some inconveniences. That is tapasya. Walking though inconvenient, but 600 miles to reach the Lord, that itself is austerity. So they get the blessings of the Lord. When he reached Jagannath Puri, at the outskirts of Jagannath Puri, he told Nityananda Prabhu, and you don't come, you all stay here, I will go alone. Nityananda Prabhu said, no, I will come, no, you all problem creator. Because 8 kilometers away from Jagannath Puri, it is called Dandabhanga place, it is called Chandanpur is there. About 300-400 meters after Chandanpuri, the small river is called there. That is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given his sannyas danda to Nityananda Prabhu. And when they hold it, I will come back. Event came after few hours. So Nityananda Prabhu was feeling jealous of that danda. I said, how fortunate you are that you are always in the hands of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I am always with him, but he doesn't allow me to touch him. And you are always in the hands. With that jealousy, he break into pieces and throw it. Avaduta. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and said, Nityananda, where is my danda? He kept quiet. He didn't answer even. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, where is my danda? Not even look at Chaitanya. So, Chandrasekhar Acharya showed that place. When he saw dandas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I had only one possession in my hand, that danda. And we broke it also. Very angry, but also from there we went. Because that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you all stay here, your problem creates me. Let me go alone to Jagannath Puri. After that you all can come. He went to Jagannath, entered from there only, what is it called? Anybody remember that place, river where the 8 Ashta? Atharnala. That Atharnala. That is a place all Nityananda Prabhu, everybody stayed. From there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu alone went to Jagannath, take darshan of Jagannath and Baldev and Subhadra. He was in ecstasy, always in ecstasy, bhava. He went inside the temple, having seen Jagannath. He came to such ecstasy because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, though the body is Krishna, is bhava, Chaitanya is Radharani. In the Brahma Vaivarut Puran, it is mentioned. That's why Vakreshwara, Vasudev Goswami says, Sri Radhar Bhave Ebe Gaura Avatar, Hare Krishna Nama Gaura Korile Prachar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now appeared, Krishna appeared as a, in the bhava of Radharani. Why? To understand the feeling of Radha. One day in the Golok Vrindavan spiritual world, Radharani asked Krishna, Keshav, when you are not with me for even a while, I feel so distressed. I cannot take the separation from you even for a while. But I see that when I am with you or not, you are always happy. I never see you distressed or any lamenting. You are always smiling only. Krishna says that, Radhe, I am Atmaram. I don't know what is distress, only I am always happy. So Radharani becomes little man. Said, how it is? I feel separation and you don't feel at all. To please Radharani, Krishna says that, Radhe, now when I take next incarnation as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my body will be of mine, but my heart will be of yours. So, here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, though he is in the body of Krishna, but his always mind is like a Radharani. When he saw Jagannath in the temple, having seen now, he is in the mood of Radharani, seeing Jagannath, Jaga Jaga Jaga, and started moving, running, but he came to such an ecstasy that he fell down unconscious before reaching the main entrance to Singhadwar even. And like a dead person. Everybody surprised. What is this sannyasi came and fell down? Look, no breathing, looks like a dead person. Everybody tried to. Somebody said, no, take him out of this temple, throw him on the road. He is contaminating the temple. In the meantime, while people were talking, they don't know who is he. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya happened to come. He is Rajaguru. He understood, having seen the effulgence coming from the face of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he understood that he is not ordinary personality. The entire body, there is a sort of effulgence. It is body symptoms are different than common body. He stopped them. Wait, took a small cotton piece. He was checking the nerve, nadi, but he found that no pulse at all anywhere. He took a cotton and put it at the nostril. Slightly, very slowly, the cotton started moving. And with this very, very weak drip breathing is there. He said, no, it's not dead, he's alive. I will take him to my house. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya took Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his house. Okay, we stop here, time is over. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is how he take sannyasa. We stop here. Any question? As I said in the 17th chapter of Adi Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita, very briefly said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Katha. There he took sannyas from Keshava Bharati. And after that, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, paying obeisance to Panchatattva and everyone, he closed the chapter. Any question? Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.